Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Friday's Mindful Sit. I'm Stefan Thank, and each Friday we meet here at 7 a.m. Via Zoom. So if you just follow me on Facebook, maybe Instagram, even LinkedIn, and you can see these Friday sits that are saved on the YouTube account, but it'd be really great to have you here live at 7 a.m. on Friday too. So each week we experience a different approach to mindfulness, a different type of practice. And I spend some time just talking to you, just a few moments really, about why I've chosen that practice and what the benefits might be. So today I'm inspired by some reading that I've been doing this week around stillness. And I thought that it would be useful today to bring this to life for us in a way where we can sit in stillness for 15, maybe 20 minutes, maybe shorter if you haven't got as much time as that, that's absolutely fine. But to see what being in stillness can bring to us, the experience it can bring to us. I think we could all agree, today we are coming up towards the bank holiday of August 2022, just in case you're watching this back later on in the future. And we're at a bit of an interesting time in society, particularly in the UK and across the globe as well, just to acknowledge that, in that things feel a little bit turbulent. There's a lot going on. And at times that can cause us to feel a real sense of deep overwhelm. And that deep overwhelm can spiral us into places that might cause us to feel like we're suffering somewhat. So just, I think, a reminder that some of these short mindfulness practices can be so beneficial to help us to recenter, to disconnect from maybe that sense of pain and suffering and distraction, but to recenter, to re-find our balance and to take in the good of the world around us in the moment. One of the things that I kind of talk about is equilibrium. I talk about this quite a lot, which is when things around us feel really tough and really tricky, we can often find ourselves falling into this space of deep, dark depths of despair. What will become of us? Will I be able to get through this? Will anything ever change? Will it get better? So being able to just bring attention to that in a soft, kind, compassionate way, and maybe using mindfulness to bring ourselves back to a central place of equilibrium, of finding equanimity, can be really, really useful. And the reason I say that is because even though sometimes things feel a little bit overwhelming and we do feel a bit like we're in those deep, deep, dark depths of overwhelm or despair, is that nothing ever lasts. It always changes. And this sense of impermanence, this nature of change each day, each moment, each breath, can be a really, really useful tool to have in our back pockets, in our armory. So today we're going to use stillness as our tool and see what that brings for us. So thanks for listening to that introduction. I hope it's helpful and I hope that it resonates a little bit with you. Finding a space, a spot that you feel comfortable in. I'm sitting on an upright chair with my feet placed firmly on the ground so I feel connected to something, with a cushion just to support my back, placing my hands in my lap. And I'll invite you to dry your eyes, soften your gaze, maybe dip the chin if you want to, but you don't have to. You can sit with your eyes open, or you can just find a spot to focus on. But slightly differently today, there'll become a time when I invite you to open around. So just be aware that that's coming. So let's just take our time to settle in to stillness. Taking this first few moments just to connect with the idea of stopping. The idea of bringing a sense of stillness to the moment. And it could be that at 7 a.m. you've already been quite busy. It might be that you've just woken. But either way, it doesn't matter. Acknowledging this opportunity to connect through stillness and becoming curious for this short practice, during this short practice, of what stillness can present to you. How does stillness show up for you in the body, in the mind, and in your heart center emotionally? And just a reminder that as we sit in stillness, this isn't about being rigid, statue-like, but we can bring a sense of awareness and curiosity to how, even in stillness, things are moving. So maybe beginning with the body. What do you notice in your body as you rest in still awareness? What's showing up for you in your physical experience? Take some time to be with the body, maybe just allowing the connection of your mind to support you moving around your body, and noticing that in this stillness, there are still things going on in the body, physical sensations, maybe notes of temperature, coolness, warmth, experiences in the body, such as tension or mild discomfort in some way. And just checking in on that physical experience, the senses. Asking yourself, what do I feel here in a physical sense? What do I find in this moment of stillness, in my physical experience? Maybe you notice some tingling, vibration in the body, the coolness or the warmth of the air around you. The physical sensations of your breathing as your tummy, your chest, your ribs rise and fall. The inner heartbeat. Maybe you can feel that in some subtle way. Any tension or discomfort in the body. They might just be soft notes, or maybe you're carrying something, an injury or something else that's going on for you. Now, importantly, with mindfulness, and I talk about this all of the time, mindfulness is about turning inward towards the experience that's there as it is. We're not trying to push it away. We're not trying to change it or make it into something different. So whatever's there for you in this physical experience, almost give it a nod. I see you. I feel you. I sense you there in my body. Acknowledge it and welcome it in. Just allowing your breath to come and go. And gently bringing a more global awareness to this moment. Just in terms of opening the experience. We're still including the body, but maybe just becoming curious of other sensations or thoughts. Maybe noticing in this stillness how you're feeling right now. Can you describe your emotion? Name it and call it out loud. As I said before, for some of us, we'd have had a busy morning already. Or maybe you're watching this at the end of the day, or you're in a different time zone. So just connecting with what's there for you emotionally. How do you feel? Can you name it? Can you give it a name? I feel frustrated, or I feel calm. I feel happy. I feel sad. I feel lonely. Maybe connecting with your heart center. If you wanted to, you could place the hand over the heart center. That's at the top of the chest, just around the breastbone. Seeing what words or sense is in this moment, this moment of stillness. Remembering that today we are checking in on stillness, using this opportunity to stop and investigate, explore what is there. I feel strong. I feel ready. I feel worried. What is the emotion for you that is quite prominent in this moment, maybe? I feel relaxed. I feel spacious. I feel balanced. Maybe there's more than one coming up for you. And just lowering the hand if you want to, but of course, keep it where it is if that feels supportive for you. And let's just create a moment of spaciousness in the silence of this practice. And then, if you feel comfortable to, and you have got your eyes closed, just maybe blinking them open for the remainder of this practice. And in this stillness, just taking a moment to observe the sense into the space around you. What do you notice about the colour? The colour of the objects, anything that you might notice in your view. Moving your head and your neck gently to observe. Noticing where the light might shine through a window or maybe a crack in the door. And it could be light from the sun or the moon, or maybe light from a bulb in the room. Where does that light hit? Where does it reflect? What does it do to the colour, the vibrancy of whatever it is connecting to? And maybe even noticing the difference between an object where the light beams through and connects to maybe something that is different and doesn't have that light shining through towards it. Noticing the difference there too. Becoming aware of the space around you. And maybe just considering that wherever we are, even in some of the smallest spaces, that we do have that space. We do have that opportunity, that openness. That sometimes even in small spaces that could be filled with clutter, things and stuff, there is space above, below, behind, and to the sides of us. And that we can breathe